We're on the road to recovery in our fight against COVID. Cases are down almost 35% from a month ago. Hospitalizations down around 30% for the month. And deaths down almost 10% from a week ago. So I'm going to discuss now with CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sانjay Gupta, also the author of the new book, World War C, Lessons from the COVID-19 Pandemic and How to Prepare for the Next One. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much. And listen, I hope I'm not ahead of myself when I said we're on the road to recovery. So it was a brutal summer, as we know, some parts of the country on the COVID front. But now cases, hospitalizations, deaths, all trending down. Is the end of this pandemic in sight, or, I don't know, what about the upcoming holidays?
I think it could be in sight. And, you know, I've been very cautious, and I think we got to be humble here, Don, but we also got to look at the positive trend lines and read into them. And what I've been doing throughout this pandemic is trying to look at what's happening here, what's happening around the world, what's even happened historically. And you're right. I mean, people say, hey, weather's going to get cooler and drier, and that's when these respiratory viruses like to spread. To that point, let me show you 2009, what happened, Don. What you see at that point is that there is a surge. That big surge, that second peak is right now. That's October of 2009, and then the numbers go down as we're seeing it happen now, and they stay down. That's what happened at that point. If you go back even further, more than 100 years, to the 1919 flu pandemic, again, the biggest surge of the entire pandemic. There were really 3 or 4 different waves there, but the biggest one was, again, right about now, and then it came down, and then you got a little surge again going into the spring of the following year. But for the most part, this was the worst of it in both those pandemics previously. Mm-hmm. Part of it, I think, Don, is you got people vaccinated, and part of it also is because it's such a contagious virus that a lot of people have been exposed to this and developed some natural immunity. We don't know how long that natural immunity lasts, and that's going to be a big question mark in terms of future surges. But right now, as you point out, all the trend lines look pretty favorable.